Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So there's been new activity in the Dominion voting systems defamation case against Fox. First, the most surprising and potentially damaging news to Fox is that their former Fox producer, Abby Grossman, is now saying she will testify for Dominion and against Fox. If she's called as a witness in this upcoming trial, she will testify against her now former employer. Grossman, as I recently shared, is suing Fox for a number of reasons, one of which has to do with her deposition in this Dominion case. There was an updated filing, and in it, Grossman alleges that Fox attorneys drafted her opening statement. And she said that they refused to even show it to her before they submitted it to the court. And she claims that she requested an advance copy on at least 6 separate occasions. Grossberg's amended complaint also states, quote, Ms. Grossberg's deposition testimony, as manufactured by Fox News, put Ms. Grossberg and Ms. Bartiromo squarely on the front line of the Dominion/Fox lawsuit, so they could be scapegoated as sacrificial female lambs. She also accuses Fox attorneys of coaching her to provide, quote, shaded or incomplete answers in her deposition. And Grossberg says that Fox then pointed to her, quote, evasive answers, which harmed her reputation. Now, meanwhile, Grossberg claims that Fox shielded male executives who are far more culpable for the false information that was shared on air. And in prepping for her deposition, Grossberg says she was given the impression that she was, quote, not to name names or to implicate others, in particular, prominent Fox News male executives. So Fox officially fired Grossberg on Friday of last week because they said that she shared privileged communications, that they warned her this would be, outside of the bounds of your contract with Fox as an employee, blah, blah, blah. So they're battling multiple fronts right now. They're battling her, but they're also battling Dominion because Dominion and Fox are each asking for the judge to rule in their favor without even a trial. But Dominion is also asking the judge to compel the testimony of certain Fox hosts and executives in this April trial that's coming up. So Fox was prepared to call hosts Brett Baer, Maria Bartiromo, Lou Dobbs, Sean Hannity, Jeanine Pirro, and Dana Perino, and then also Fox CEO Suzanne Scott. But Dominion says they also want hosts Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham to testify. They also want the owners, Rupert Murdoch and his son, to testify, numerous executives, board members like Paul Ryan. So Fox is balking at this, and they actually tried to use COVID as an excuse. They said that Rupert Murdoch can't travel. He can't come to the U.S. to testify because, there's COVID out there. So the judge isn't buying it. He called them out on this. He said, he's aware that Murdoch has been traveling between his various homes. He also said, quote, I also have people telling me that he's done some things recently that show he's hardly infirm. So they're full of it. Fox has also been arguing against a summary judgment. Like I said, each side is trying to get a summary judgment against the other. And one of their attorneys told the judge, quote, a reasonable viewer would understand that an interview is not a representation that the guest statements are true. What matters is whether the press accurately reports the allegations, not whether the underlying allegations are true or false. So you might be surprised to hear me say this, but I actually agree with part of that first portion of their statement to a certain degree. If you have a guest on, they can say just about anything, and you have no control over that. But if you're notified after the fact that what your guest said was untrue, you have an obligation to, number one, never have that person on again if they can't tell the truth, if they're not going to come with facts. You also have a duty to publicly correct the record for your audience, which Fox never did. The Fox attorney, though, in front of the judge, tried to argue that the hosts were neutral reporters. And the judge called them out on that too. The judge pointed to a tweet. He pointed to several different things, but there was a tweet in particular that was very damning. It was written by Fox host Lou Dobbs. And he talked about how the left wing was trying to overthrow the government. He linked in that tweet to a false story about Dominion voting systems and Smartmatic. And then he used the hashtags MAGA and America First. So the judge was like, really? This is like a neutral reporter? Really? So Fox is also now insulting one of their biggest advertisers, and they're doing this to try to rubbish the idea that their audience took him seriously. I'm, of course, talking about Mike Lindell. Their attorney claims that everyone knew that Mike Lindell wasn't providing accurate information when he made these appearances on Fox. And then the attorney intimated that, it didn't really matter that he was on anyway, because Lindell is so incoherent. And she said that, quote, reasonable viewers would be puzzled on anything he is talking about. So Fox's own attorney is like, yeah, the guy's a nut job. He's a former crackhead. Nobody really can follow his train of thought. So we weren't too worried about it. And then Fox even threw Trump under the bus. This was in a public appearance. In an interview, a Fox attorney noted that Donald Trump made comments on Maria Bartiromo's show that could be considered defamatory. They're like, he went on her show and he said X, Y, and Z. And, that's much more of what we're being sued for. But Dominion isn't suing Trump, so we shouldn't be on the hook. But if you go and you look at the statement that they point to, that this attorney read off and said, oh, Trump said X, Y, Z, the attorney is full of it, because in the interview, the one he's referring to with Bartiromo, Trump didn't mention Dominion or Smartmatic by name. And that's how Judge Jeanine Pirro got off the hook. He falsely stated that votes were moved from him to Biden, but he didn't specifically name Dominion or name Smartmatic. Jeanine Pirro got off because she didn't name them in particular. She also gave a disclaimer and said those are just allegations. She didn't present it as fact, which Bartiromo did, Lou Dobbs did, many others presented this information as if this was fact, as if it was proven, and we knew for a fact that it all happened, when in reality, it was a fairy tale. It was a fairy tale. That was a very strange statement. Anyway, guys, when I hear more, I will let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And please like this video, share it with your friends and family to help get more eyeballs, to help get more subscribers. If you can donate, it truly helps to keep the show going. If you can become a monthly supporter, that's even better. Really helps me to project out and know where I'm headed in the future. So I appreciate it so much. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.